I haven't seen these many trees drop in the street since the last time I got stopped by the cops for smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Guys, this is the very first, this is the inaugural Standup Class show here at Front Porch Improv. Give it up! The last 8 weeks, our group has been working really hard, writing a lot, telling some funny-ass jokes, and they're going to perform them here for you guys tonight. So thank you guys for coming out to support them. Yeah. For me, this was also a little bit of a milestone. This is my first time teaching a class here at Front Porch as well. So it's kind of tough because I was never really taught anything right in my life, you know? Especially by my parents. Like, my parents didn't teach me shit. Especially about Black history. You know what I mean? Like, my parents they're black people. I don't know if you can tell. They didn't teach me nothing about Black history. Everything I know about Black history, I kind of just made it up myself. Like, I just learned Booker T. Washington wasn't a professional wrestler last month. I had a theory that George Washington Carver invented peanut butter because he knew it would endanger the lives of millions of white children all across America. Because I've never met a black person with a peanut allergy. Have you? No. Only thing I really was ever taught right in my life was when my girlfriend taught me all the members of the Wu-Tang Clan. Yeah. Ross, Rachel, Joey, Chandler. My girlfriend's white, guys, sorry. You guys, who did you guys come here to see? Shout out their names. Alright, let's keep that energy up. Keep it up. Guys, we're gonna kick this thing off with a lovely lady. I love her so much. She's one of the funniest people I know. Everybody give it up for Miss Wendy Bauer!
Hey guys, how y'all doing tonight? Hey, good. I'm hot, and it's not by choice. I haven't had any power for 2 days, and it feels like a month. I'm also a grandmother. I have two grandchildren. My granddaughter's also a lesbian. Anyway, so she gets to celebrate all of Pride Month, but only half of Black History. She can pick the time, either the first half of February or second half of February. Okay, so anyway, so what do you guys that was like today, canned laughter or something. Anyway, what do you guys think about the sayings that we have here in the South? I just found out that my fence, which I always called chain link fence, is called cyclone fence.
What?
Cyclone.
Cyclone.
Somebody asked me, do you have a cyclone fence? Because it had a tree fall on it. And I said, I don't think so. I think it's a chain link fence. Oh, that's a southern thing. It's a cyclone fence. Okay. And then, how about bless your heart?
Oh, yeah.
They're just saying F you. I'm not going to say the word. We have children here. And then, what about when they say bless your heart? You are one stupid bitch. Oh, I said that word. I'm sorry. Okay, and then, what about when they say y'all come back now? What they're saying is it's time for you to go home. I want to go to bed. They're tired of looking at you. Now, I want to tell you guys a story. I was a teenager and a young adult in the 70s, and I decided with my friend, we had just moved into an apartment, and it was a 2-bedroom, no air conditioning, so, just like now, and 2-bedroom, no air conditioning, $104 a month. Wow. Yeah, I know. A lot of kids live there. 2 guys lived next door to me who had every wall in their apartment painted black. I'm sure they never got their deposit back. And they would be smoking weed all the time. When you would walk in the hallway, smoke would be coming out from under the door. We were on the bottom floor, so it wasn't as hot as some of the people on the top floor. Anyway, so one night, my friend and I, we were sitting in the living room and we decided we were smoking weed and we were drinking Boone's Farm, Strawberry Hill. And we were drinking that and we decided we're going to go streaking. It was like probably June, April, May or June. Anyway, I don't know. But we were fine. It was still hard nipple weather, so. So anyway, so we decided we're going to go streaking. I don't know what made us decide that, but we go and we go ahead and we put our tennis shoes on, because you always wear your tennis shoes when you go streaking. Okay, nothing else but tennis shoes. So anyway, so I go and get everything on. I said, come on, Tony, that was my friend, it was a female. Let's go. So we run out the door slams behind us. Okay. So we run around the parking lot one time. It's not quite dusk. We didn't see very many people. We saw a few. We just waved. You know, I didn't have any boots to bounce anyway, so it didn't make any difference. But I was thin. I was like 110 pounds, so I was thin. So just imagine that. I didn't look like this. I'd be embarrassed. Anyway, so we run around, we come back, and we go in the door, and we realize we have no key. Oh my God, so we're like standing there, and Tony says to me, where's the key? Well, I don't know. Do you have any pockets? I don't have any pockets. So anyway, so I said, I don't know what we're going to do. If we walk around there and go in our window, which was open because there's no air conditioning, we're going to walk by a busy highway. And we're either going to get arrested, and we're also going to be embarrassed. We were already, you know, we weren't really embarrassed. I don't remember being embarrassed. I did a lot of things that didn't embarrass me. But so anyway, so I said, you know, we're going to have to knock on the neighbor's door over here, the two guys, the potheads. I should talk. Okay, we knock on the door. Here he comes to the door and he goes, hey ladies. He's like going like this. And I said, look, we have a problem. You forgot your clothes? Well, that. But I said, we're locked out of my apartment with no clothes. I said, we are effing naked. Okay? I'm not saying the word. So I said, I need you to do me a favor. First off, do you have a blanket or a towel or something? No. Okay. You don't have any blankets or towels and you live in an apartment. Okay. All right. So anyway, so you guys want to party? He says again. I said, no, we want to go in our apartment. So I said, I need you to go walk around and go in my window and open the door. And he said, why? So I can get in my phone. Anyway, so I can get in my freaking apartment. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so finally he goes walking outside and we're standing there waiting. The gentleman who lives on the top floor is a black gentleman, older, always looked like he was dressed up to go to a funeral or to church. He comes down, we're trying to hide ourselves, and he said, evening, ladies, and tips his hat. And I thought, what kind of a crazy thing am I in right now? It must have been the weed. Anyway, so all of a sudden I see my neighbor, and he's coming out his door, and he goes, I went in the wrong window. I said, go in my window and open the door, please. So he said, how am I going to know it's your window? Well, it's not your window, it's my window, because we live next door. So anyway, so he finally does it, and goes around, and he finally lets us in. Okay, so the moral of that story is, even if you're going to show your fanny, always have a key in your fanny pack. And I just saw, Eric just gave me the light. I never see the light. Did Eric give me the light?
No, that was me.
John, I'm so used to Eric giving me a light. Okay, John gave me a light. And I said the other night, I was giving John a ride home, and I said, you know what? When I die and you're supposed to go into the light, I'm not going to see the freaking light.
Divorce. My parents got divorced when I was 31. was really tough. But also, it's very cool because now I get to watch them try to date in this economy. They get to see how terrible it is out here. It's also great because now, after years and years of them begging me, asking me, why are you still single? Now they know. It's because I was closeted. I'm dating a girl now. She's in the crowd somewhere. Yeah. She's awesome. She's 25, which is really fun because I get to date someone from a different generation. It's very fun. We were both very nervous to tell our parents about us, which makes sense because I'm from the generation that coined the insult, "That's so gay!" And she's from Texas. So when I told my parents, I called my mom first because it seemed easier. And I was like, "Mom, I'm dating someone. You actually know her. You really like her." You know, trying to soften the blow. She was quiet for a long time. And she goes, "That's a big age gap." I'm 34. If you're wondering, you're all trying to do the math. I look younger than I am. So then I will say fuck, because if you brought your child, that was a parenting choice. So then I had to call my dad, which is much scarier, because calling a dad for any reason is terrifying. I call him, I'm like, "Dad, I'm calling you to tell you I'm dating someone, and it's a girl." And he used the most compassionate tone I've ever heard him use in my entire life. And he said, "Shannon, no one is going to be surprised by this." Thank you, Dad, I guess. But dating a girl is cool. I like it. We've been talking about what we want to dress up as for Halloween this year. Talking about old costumes. The last time I went trick-or-treating, I was in the 9th grade, which is entirely too late to go trick-or-treating. And I knew it. So I wanted to go out with a bang. And to me, that meant I'm going to be a bowling pin. So I got my costume. It had 2 little holes for my ankles, 2 holes for my arms, and then a hole for my face right here, and 2 big red stripes up here. And I show up to my friend's house to go trick-or-treating, and the door swings open to reveal that every single one of my friends has dressed up as Avril Lavigne. Now, I was Canadian, emo, bisexual, and a teenager, so you can imagine my devastation that they didn't give me the memo that they were all dressing up as the Chapel Roan of 2003. I was very upset. So the army of Avril Lavignes is waddling out as I'm waddling behind them outside in my bowling pin costume, and then we see this truck barreling towards us. The truck bed is full of teenage boys with their arms in the air. And all the Avril Lavignes are like, "Oh my God, boys!" And then soon we realize they are not waving at us. They are holding eggs in the air in a threatening manner. So one by one, the Avril Lavignes are disappearing into the woods. And I am waddling as fast as I can in basically a makeshift target for a hate crime, waddling into the woods. And as soon as I breach the woods and I think I've made it to safety, I start feeling the eggs pelting my body. And then I hear their battle cry as they scream, "Get the bloody tampon!" Thank you so much.
Let's keep this thing rolling, y'all. Up next is Tony DeGuillo.
So, hurricane party, huh? Yeah, I can't believe it got us, but I was looking at the weather track and it looked like it was going well west of us. But sure enough, we're in the middle of it, right? And so that's how it goes. You have technology, you lean on technology, and then nature gets you, which is a theme, right? Like that's a theme in our society. It's our theme in our literature. It was the theme of Jurassic Park, right? They said we're going to have this Jurassic Park, and there were 2 themes. There was kind of 2 themes. One, dinosaurs evolved into birds, And two, nature will find a way. Nature will get you in the end. And how it plays out in Jurassic Park, I recognize this is not a current cultural reference. How it plays out, right, is that they thought of everything. They had the containment units, they had the dinosaurs, and they said, we're going to splice their DNA. We're missing sequences, but we're going to splice it with frog DNA, right? And then what happens is the frog DNA allows them to reproduce asexually, or some of them turn from boys to girls, or whatever it is, and they breed, and it gets out of control, and everybody dies, right? So, but I always thought, for like a lot of reasons, it was a missed opportunity. Why didn't they use bird DNA, right? Like, that's where it's headed anyway. Use bird DNA, and while you're at it, parrot DNA, right? Because then you can talk to the dinosaurs. You can find out their experience. You can learn more about them as a culture and as a species. And in the movie, it would have been fantastic, because at the end, it would have been like, fuck you, die! And it would have rampaged and killed everybody. So, better movie, I think. And I think that when you look at mistakes like that, and you look at society, maybe it's those small oversights that are going to kill us, right? It's those small things that we let slide every day. And for instance, I was flying recently. I flew on an airline, and we get on the airline, and they say, you know, we're sitting down, and they're doing the safety brief, and they're saying, you know, in the event of cabin depressurization, an oxygen mask will come from the ceiling and provide oxygen to you. If your bag does not inflate, just give it a little tug, oxygen will be flowing, and you'll be fine. We've been flying for 60-something years above the stratosphere. I want my shit to work, right? Why haven't we been able to figure out how to make this thing inflate, right? Like, it should be like, all of them will inflate, and you will live. So, we've let it slide for this long. I just don't know that we as a society are going to make it. And we won't be the first. We won't be the first, right? Like, there were other big societies before us. There were the Romans, for instance, right? And the Romans thought of everything, right? Like, they came up with engineering, you know, the roads. They conquered all the Mediterranean. They invented orgies, which was great. You know, but all this art, all this fantastic stuff, philosophy, literature, just an amazing, amazing culture. And we only know kind of the tip of the iceberg, right? We know just a little bit about the Romans, and the reason why is because the only thing we know about them is from all the tablets and the carvings that they left us, right? Because none of the paper records survived. There was no philosophers, no laws, nothing that was written on paper. None of the paper survived. And the reason why is because they couldn't work out their fucking candles. That's all I got. Thank you.
Give it up for Tony, y'all. Come up next, y'all. We got Anya Everton.
What's up, what's up? Thank y'all so much for coming out tonight. Y'all have fun? Alright, so let's be real. I am up here to vent about how this stand-up comedy class experience has been for me. It has been challenging. I have learned a lot of things. I have realized that stand-up comedy to me feels like going on a first date. You know, you hope there's going to be this sort of connection there, this spark, and you also know it could be a complete disaster, total embarrassment. So, in other words, we are all on a first date right now. You are all dating me, whether you like it or not. Kind of weird for me, too. I've never gone on a first date with like 74 people at once, but here we are. Something else I have learned from this class is that trying to be funny on demand feels like trying to poop on demand. like you kind of can't, you know, and the harder you try, the redder your face gets, and the more flustered you become, and just the more awkward it becomes for all parties involved. Like, you finally just ask yourself, like, wait, why am I even doing this? Like, why am I trying to poop on demand? Why am I trying to be funny on demand? It's quite remarkable I actually signed up for this class because I'm a pretty easily embarrassed person. Like, my face just like loves to turn red unprompted. And I think this all stems back to when I actually did poop my pants in kindergarten. kindergartners. We were all dancing in a circle, like one does in kindergarten, when I accidentally sharted. For those of you that don't know, a shart is when you fart and something else accidentally comes out. So, this little pellet just like shoots out, just like flies up, just lands right there on the floor in front of everybody. And it all happened so quickly that I actually thought I was going to be able to get away with nobody even realizing it came from me. So when this one girl bent down and was like, "What's that?" I was like, "Yeah, what is that? What even is that?" And I thought I'd gotten away with nobody realizing it was me until about 5 minutes later, my French teacher comes over and she pulls me aside and she's like, "Anya, do you need to go to the bathroom? Do you need to go to the restroom?" And my 5-year-old self, still trying to play this off, was like, "Bathroom? No, what are you talking about? I don't have to go to the bathroom. No. What even is that?" So anyways, unfortunately, that was so embarrassing for me that I think I'm still embarrassed about it to this day. And I think my face just loves to turn red just to remind me "Hey Anya, remember that time you pooped your pants? Your dress, actually." This is the reason I don't wear dresses anymore. Actually, I think it's the reason I'm gay. Yeah. It was a very life-transformative experience for me, but this class has been a bit of exposure therapy for me, so I'm very grateful for that. Grateful for you all coming out tonight. Thank you for listening to my embarrassing story.
Give it up for Anya, y'all! Up next, we got a first time. He's usually behind the keys, but now he's going to be talking to him. Everybody, give it up for Asaf Gleisner!
Hello, everybody. How's it going? Okay, great. That's not the funny part. This is my very, very first time ever doing stand-up. So, works every time. But actually, it is a little nerve-wracking, but John did tell us that the shows you learn the most from are the ones that bomb. So if you're not laughing from any of my jokes, that's on purpose. It's an educational experience for me. But it is hard to come up with material, and one of the tools that John taught us is self-deprecating. Problem is, I'm so amazing. I couldn't think of a single thing, but one thing did come to mind that I wasn't totally awesome about. I'm an immigrant. I came to the state in 2007. But I came for school. And by the time, I grew up with English all my life, and by the time I even got to New York to study, I was writing my professors and all that stuff, emailing them and etc. But I didn't realize that writing English and speaking English is a completely different skill. And I remember first day I'm in New York City, and I see a hot dog stand. I'm like, yes, my first New York City hot dog. And I come to the hot dog cart, and I'm like, "Oh, hot dog bun here, yes?" Needless to say, I did not get a hot dog. So I did what I know best. I sent them an email. Yes, hot dog carts have emails. I found it. I wrote the following. To whom it may concern. It has come to my attention that my stomach is craving one of your beef sticks, also known as hot dog. Should you accept my patronage, I will be coming on the morrow at noon to pick up said flexible meat wand, tucked in a bun, showered by your finest condiments. Thank you. The following day, I came, there was a hot dog waiting for me, I grabbed it and says, "Ooh, good, good, belly, yum, yum." But I did come to realize that the things that we might think are self-deprecating are actually what makes us stand out. The more I was in New York, all my friends, when they found out that I'm, from a different country, they were so curious about my culture, my language, my food, they really found it exotic. At the same time, I found it equally exotic the first time I had a friend named Bob. It's such an American name you never see. It was like, wow, I even called my mom. I was like, Mom, I have a Bob, I have a Bob. We were tearing up. It was a very emotional moment. One was closer to the other. And the thing is, everybody in this room has the same qualities that makes them stand out. And all you need to do is uproot your entire life, fly to a country 5,000 miles away, and you'll be golden. But when you do that, just make sure you know how to order a hot dog in the native language. Thank you very much.
Come on, next, y'all. You know her very well. She's usually bartending, but now she's on stage. Everybody, give it up for Emmy Thomas!
Hello, everybody. Now, we have roughly 3 minutes up here, and I really wanted to take some time before I start being funny, hopefully, that I really wanted to say thank you guys so much for being out here today. We really, really appreciate it. This is also my first time doing stand-up. Thanks for mentioning Dawn. But thank you guys so much for being here. I also want to let you guys know nothing interesting or funny is about to happen in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So, hi. If you guys can't tell just by looking at me, I am a human being. Otherwise known as a Homo sapien, a very controversial thing to be in 2024. I do have to say, I think everybody here knows it's quite hard to be a human being. And I find being a human is one of the most interesting things that people can do. I know, it's crazy, we're just doing it, y'all. And one of the reasons I find being human so fascinating is it's such a varied experience. You know what I mean? Like, there's a wide spectrum. You've met humans. They're even in this room right now, you guys. There's a wide spectrum of what it means to be human. And I am a human being that personally, you guys might relate to this, really loves to doom scroll. And I was doom scrolling and found another wonderful human being by the name of Alex Honnold. Alex Honnold is a climber who climbed El Capitan, one of the highest mountain regions in North America, without a rope, without any protective gear except for the chalk on his hands and the sheer grit of autism. Y'all met climbers, climbers are the autistics of the job community, we all know this. And as a fellow person with autism, I really like to steer into this spectrum here. Because on the one hand, you have Alex Honnold, amazing. At the year of 30, was able to climb this mountain over 3,000 miles, the size of triple the Empire State Building. Over here, you have me. Hi. I can't even see out of my own eyeballs, y'all. I don't know if you saw these. These are the real things doing the job. All right, so there's a wide spectrum of being human. And I think one of the biggest defining aspects between everybody, neurodivergent, neurotypical, is the desire to conquer your own emotions. Fear especially. I myself have conquered fear. I conquer it every time I step on a plane. Because I'm the type of person that dresses for the airplane as if it's gonna go down. That's what you're stuck in a survival situation, y'all, all right? If Tom Hanks had thought about it, he wouldn't have had a volleyball, he would have had cargo shorts. Key, all right? So whenever I'm on a plane, that's exactly what I'm doing, slightly hoping it goes down so I can show off my preparation skills. Yeah, that neon sweater's gonna get me saved, y'all. With that, thank you guys so much for coming out here.
Let's keep this thing rolling. Another very funny person I love very much. Everybody give it up for Megan Turner!
What up, everybody? My name's Megan Turner. I drink Sprite like it's water.
I know, fuck me. When I tell people I was born in 2000, I get two kind of vibes. The first one is, fuck you, and the second one is, no. You have so much more shit to go through. And I'm going through it, I'm getting through it, my back hurts. Right? I'm getting there. When I first turned 21 and I would try to get alcohol, people would see my birth date said 2000, and they'd be like, get out of here. What are you doing in here? They weren't used to it. And I'm like, okay, I'm in my early 20s, right? I'm growing, I'm evolving, I'm tearing down my identity and building it back up, all right? Maybe you should try it too, Trina from ABC Liquor. Hand me over the White Claws, Trina. Yeah, I'm an adult, man. I have paid taxes like the rest of yous, so. As you can tell by looking at me, I am mixed. Yeah, half Gen Z, half millennial. So, my dad is white, and I like my mom like I like my coffee. Hot, baby! Yeah, I got a hot black mom. Hot black mom. No, but I love them, and they make me. Here I am. When you think of like code switching, I'm kind of like when you like make the light switch stay right in the middle. We've all done this, fidgeting with light switches. I'm right there in the middle. You don't know what vibe I'm gonna bring to the pregame. It's like a game, right? So I might come up to the party like, hey yo, what's happening? What's going on? What's the move? I might pull up with a howdy everybody. Ready to rock and roll? Let's get out. Let's get out. I'm a dimensional bitch, baby! Sometimes I act like a 48 white man named Thomas. 48 years old, or 48 Thomases, we don't know. We don't know. But yeah, growing up, my dad white, my mom's black. My dad didn't really, I don't think, prepared himself for what hair day is. Growing up black, you got a lot of hair, right? I imagine it's the same if you're like Sicilian or whatever. My mom would be doing my hair, and like, I'm tender-headed, so that means it hurts. So I would be like crying, I know, aw. I'd be like, no, leave me alone. I was like, stay still. And my dad would walk downstairs and be like, oh my God, is she okay? And my mom would be like, Thomas, it's okay, leave her alone. This is how she gets her pass to say the N-word. And that's how I got banned from Club Penguin. Thank you so much!
Megan Turner, y'all! What do you do this thing, y'all? Come up next, guys, it's Ezra Ali.
Yo, anyone else like Jell-O? Okay. I've recently come to terms with the fact that I'm handsome. I know this because old ladies tell me whenever I'm helping them out with their groceries or laying down that sweet pipe. They're like, oh, you're so handsome. And I'm banging their brains out from the back. Or what's left of them. No, it's actually really sweet. It's actually really sweet. Because it was hard to grow up as a black teen when all my guy friends had more unfounded white confidence than Rachel Dolezal. But now I really know. I really know. And I can tell because whenever I'm passing by old ladies on the street, they try to touch my shit. And I let them. It's nice to be loved. I love love. Old men don't want to fuck me. Yeah. Whenever I have conversations with them, this is how it goes. They're like, do you like basketball? Y'all, I don't play basketball, right? So I'm like, no, I don't play basketball. And I see their cock go, oh. Men really like it when you validate their point of view of the world. They're like, oh, fuck, god damn, he's black and tall and he plays basketball, my nuts, my nuts! So I started playing basketball. It's nice to be loved. Blackity black. I'm like kinda black. When I was 16, I was detained by the CVS cops with my white friend Eli, and they took us to the back, and when his mom came, she was real white about it, very apologetic, very sweet, very kind, and as soon as they left, the cops turned to me and they were like, his mom was really nice, he got off easy, but your mom's gonna beat your ass because she's a black mom. And I was like, joke's on you, dickheads. My mom's insecure about her racial identity because she's white passing. And I don't play basketball, and I'm secure about mine, and none of you are gonna fuck me tonight. That's my piece, thank you very much.
Give it up, hands for y'all. Coming up next, y'all, we got a very special treat for you. It's Jefferson Rojas!
Hey, John. You know, my name is Jefferson Mauricio Rojas Castro Vargas Villamizar Gomez Morales Niño Villamil. You can tell me yes, don't worry. So, like, hello, everyone. So everybody is asking me why I bring my children today. You know? But listen, every Wednesday, I'm trying myself that you're so rude. You have to bring a clean set. You know, your set is so rude. So I brought a clean set and I bring that today. And see what I did? You know, fuck you guys. So I want to share 5 facts about me. Yes. My name is Jefferson Rojas. I work as an engineer in Beaufort, South Carolina. I have 2 children, you know. I'm from Colombia, South America, but I'm not selling drugs. Tonight. So, the thing with that, my grandma is here. She's from Colombia. She's here since July, but after the hurricane, she was like, I need to leave right now. Yeah, that wasn't enough, you know, that thing don't happen in Colombia. So she wants to leave now. Okay. So, listen, I want to do something today. I want more Spanish speaker comedians here. So, right now, I'm going to speak in Spanish. So, I don't know if somebody here speaks Spanish. Bonjour. Okay. I guess some of you are going to laugh. So that I have my wife here, and I'm going to start with a joke that you don't want to know what I'm going to say. So, soy muy afortunado en estos momentos. ¿Se entienden? No. You understand now? Soy muy afortunado en estos momentos porque tengo mi carrera, tengo 2 hijos hermosos y tengo una esposa que es bella, inteligente, guapa y un amante excepcional que espero mi esposa nunca descubra. So, the thing with my wife, mi esposa, I'm going to continue in Spanish. Mi esposa no tiene miedo de darme la razón cuando estamos discutiendo. Lo único es que yo no le puedo decir a nadie y me tengo que quedar callado. Yeah, I'm talking about my wife. Sorry. I really love her. Let's continue. Mi esposa, amor. Ella es muy linda y pues he tratado de averiguar qué cosas odia y qué cosas ama. Y descubrí que ama cosas muy sencillas, como el chocolate, el rocío de las mañanas, estar con los niños. Y pues es muy tierna porque solo odia una cosa, a mí. So, now let's continue in English. You know, I want to share something with you. So I know that some of you try to learn Spanish and tell the people that you speak Spanish, but if you want that, you have to stop saying uno poquito. Yeah, that's how we know you don't know anything about Spanish. It's that, and you know what else? When you say uno, tres, cuatro, or despacito. When you say suavemente, besame. I don't know if you really love salsa or you want to kiss me. So, my name is Jefferson Rojas, thank you. Jefferson, y'all! Guys, we have one last comic. You ready for him? Fortunately, the night does have to end, but this guy's very funny. Everybody give it up for Daniel Gomez.
How's everybody doing? So, I lost 30 pounds. Without Ozempic. I did it the old-fashioned way. Methamphetamine. Back when I was overweight, girls didn't like me. Now that I've lost weight, girls still don't like me. It's not a looks issue, it's a skill issue. I think it's weird that we refer to beautiful women as chicks. Like, hey, check out that hottie over there. She really reminds me of a young chicken. Ooh, the way that she waddles, and her beak-like nose, and her head feathers. Total chick. I go swimming at Chatham Aquatic twice a week. I think it's disgusting when people pee in the pool. I'm disgusted every time I do it. Twice a week. Twice a week. I have an 18-year-old Chihuahua. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, which is true. Unless that trick is piss on my laptop. Go ahead, boy. Get it in the USB drive. So a couple months ago, I went to a urologist, which, as you may know, is a penis doctor. And the first thing the doctor said when he walked in was, so I hear you've got pain in your balls. This doctor does not mince words, does he? So he tells me to drop my pants, and as he's examining me, he says, there's so much hair. I was like, I'm not here for grooming advice. You keep that to yourself. He asked me, have you ever been to a sex worker? That's a normal question for a urologist. I said no. Okay, I said no. And then he goes, how about a happy ending? No, he... Like, have you ever gotten a happy ending? I didn't offer a happy ending. It was like, not even a happy ending. That's what he was getting at. And I was like, no, doc, the only person I've ever paid to touch my penis is you. So he finishes up, and he's like, everything looks fine. You probably just slept on them. His professional diagnosis was, I slept on my balls. Best $200 I ever spent. Thank you, guys.
That is the end of our show. But I'd like to welcome up all of our performers to come up on stage. These guys worked very hard over the last 8 weeks, and I am so proud of them, and you should be too, y'all. So let's give them, you guys think about it, y'all. Now will be an opportunity opportunity if anybody would love to take some pictures of these folks. Everybody, give them your best face. Yeah, pose like a group. Pose like a group, not like like a band or something, or like a gang. There's no microphone in that set either. Guys, thank you so much for coming out. We do have a show coming up at 7 o'clock. It's called Improv Knockout. So if you guys aren't done having fun and you want to purchase some tickets for the 7 o'clock show, come out. It is an improvised competition show hosted by yours truly. So, if you guys having fun, if not, you guys can please disperse the theater so we can flip the room for the next show. Thank you so much.